as I picture walking down the aisle towards Will. I think I'm going to like it. We're both quiet on the train. Will's quite a serious man. It's intensely sexy. And when he's nervous about something, he retreats far into himself until that thing is over. An interview, an important meeting, lunch with his parents. Not that he's necessarily got anything to be nervous about tonight, I remind myself, because he is not definitely proposing. On the walk to the restaurant, I observe everything around me closely, trying to take a mental snapshot and remember the little details of this, possibly, but not definitely, momentous evening in our lives. Obviously, if he doesn't end up proposing, then it's no harm done. I'll just forget about how many street lamps we passed and that little dog's yappy bark and the middle-aged woman complaining to her friend about how she just doesn't trust the food in Asda. But if he is proposing, I'll be able to tell our children everything exactly as it happened. We arrive and step into a clear glass elevator that takes us to the 5th floor. It's beautiful in an obvious, chic, modern sort of way. It crosses my mind how bizarre it is that people live their entire lives together like normal people, and when it comes to proposals, suddenly hire a giant sparkling orb that hangs off a mountain or ride in on a giant bejewelled throne on horseback. But I quickly check myself. Will's clearly gone to a huge effort to organise this evening, and it's not as if this is totally unlike us. Unless the other diners and staff are actually paid actors ready to jump up and start singing. I eye the woman on the front desk suspiciously. God, I hope not. How would I arrange my face to look relaxed as she performed? We've got a booking at 7 p.m. for Will Mayhew. Will clears his throat. I always find it adorable that he's uncomfortable saying his own name out loud. We're shown to our table right by the window. The view is pretty. I look across the city and think it doesn't seem so daunting when you're up here in the sky, above all the noise and people who will watch you sit on a tube seat they know is wet and say nothing. The waiter asks if we want a drink to start. What do you want? Will peers at the wine list. Shall we go for champagne? Will doesn't usually want to buy champagne because it's too expensive, but I nod. It seems like the sort of thing you should order when you get engaged. Not that we're definitely getting engaged. Will puts the menu down. He coughs and takes a sip of water. Then his eyes scan the room. It's all right, isn't it? He says. It's supposed to have excellent lamb. I copy him, glancing all around me. Yes, it's stunning. It's not got very welcoming vibes, but it's objectively appealing. You don't like it, Will observes. Oh no! I love it! I panic, worried about offending him on our special evening. I've never been treated so thoughtfully before. This is every girl's dream. The waiter brings our bottle of champagne. He pops the cork to start the celebrations. In that moment, looking at Will and across London, I softened the idea of people doing something out of the ordinary to mark the agreement of binding their lives together forever. When the waiter leaves, Will raises his glass. Cheers, he says, and we clink. What are you going to order? I ask, trying to decode the menu. There are lots of things on here I don't understand, and I couldn't even study up because they seem to change the menu every day. What is poussin? The coquette of morels to start, he says, and then the crisp lamb belly. I nod. I was thinking I'd start with the pea soup, mostly because I know what it is. Will shakes his head. Oh, no, it's a waste to come here and get the pea soup. Get the sardine rillette. You'll like that. Okay, sounds lovely. I shut my menu. I like how much Will knows about food and how he thoughtfully recommends things he knows I'll like. Will takes a big gulp and then cracks his knuckles. Holly, he says, I actually brought you here because there's something I want to talk to you about. My heart flutters. We're diving straight in then. Oh my God, this is actually happening. Except, no. He wants to talk to me about marriage. That doesn't sound right. I don't have time to process because he keeps speaking. You know how we've always said we might want to explore the world, maybe learn French, or how you wanted to teach scuba diving? I frown. I might have said those things in passing.